We're on the air in 3 minutes.
Rotate, please.
60 seconds live. Stand by. 4, 5, and 6. Don't forget to put your earphones on.
Here's the microphone.
Is this thing on?
30 seconds.
Everybody hear me? Hello? Check. Better?
Come on now, folks. Break it up and settle down.
10 seconds.
Okay, let's get this show rolling. Stand by, everybody. We're on in 5.
And QID.
In a world of uncertainty,
Where am I, anyway? Why should I have to do that?
Who's the man now?
amid intense creative pressure,
You are unemployed.
Oh, I could slit your throat.
part of you wants to laugh.
Now that is funny.
Part of you wants to escape.
Why don't you relax? Have a beer.
Radio will never be the same.
Listening to the radio, this is no way for that boy to grow up.
We are going to make this radio station rock.
Did you ever hear of a thing called radio? You're the freaking radio.
And what's going on, everybody?
All right. Yeah.
Welcome back, you crazy asses, to another electric radio show. Welcome aboard. Everybody's here, all present and accounted for, ready to kick this thing into high gear. Coming up on the show, we've got listener emails, social shout-outs. Tom Brokaw will be here with the headlines. Don't drink the mummy juice.
Okay.
It all depends on what part of the mummy it's coming from, I guess.
That's true.
Yeah, it's already started. Yeah. In the Underground Spotlight, we've got a great band called the Reclamators with their tune Let's Boogie Together. That's coming up. Also got A Perfect Day. I don't know what a perfect day would really consist of.
Well,
Maybe one where D-Light doesn't interrupt.
Hey,
Wow. Be a perfect day. Right?
yeah, your idea
love
of a
it
perfect
when
day.
I interrupt.
I get a kick out of it, you know. I didn't mean to interrupt you while I was speaking.
Yeah, see? There you go. All right, strap in, buckle up, cinch them up tight. That's right, it's getting ready to go. This is the Electric Radio Show.
Attention, everyone.
I'm listening.
What's going on here? I demand an explanation. Put the radio on.
Turn the radio on.
Is there anything else I should know? Talking to the mic.
I love this show.
Me too.
Just sit back and enjoy the ride. We're wild.
We're wild, I tell you, just wild.
It's nothing.
It's show time.
The Electric Radio Show. We have wires. We have electricity. Don't get us wet.
You guys are so sexy and funny. Oh, here's your coffee. Have a great show.
You're listening to the Electric Radio Show.
It's the Electric Radio Show. Time to find out what went on in our sometimes interesting but mostly boring lives during the week in our segment called What's Up? Yeah, let's get it over with. What's up, D-Light?
Do you see this little little fan I got going on here?
I was wondering what's up with this. Kind of cool.
Well, it's kind of cool looking, right?
Yeah.
But when I bought it on Amazon, they stuck it on a bookcase and made it look a lot bigger than it really was. So I was expecting it to be like yay big, and I opened the box and it was like yay big.
For those of you that can't see what yay big is, because this is a radio show.
And not TV.
Yeah, it's probably, I would say probably about 6 inches tall
Yeah.
by about maybe 5 inches deep and 5 inches wide.
Well, it's a circle.
Yeah, it's got probably circumference of a coaster.
It fits in D-Light's hand.
It
Yeah,
does.
it does. But it doesn't, it has no power whatsoever.
Wow.
So it got a bad review from me on Amazon.
Is that the same fan they used in Armageddon?
When Bridget
I can't take credit for that line. There's a backstory to that line.
when
Hat
Bridget
tip to Sam Raimi.
when Bridget belches in the studio, I get more air out of that than out of this thing.
Your what's up is you got whiffed.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that, though, because I know somebody else who ordered something on Amazon, and the same thing happened. They thought it was going to be a lot bigger.
Send
And
it
they were
back.
just telling me the story.
Send it back.
It was only a $12 fan. By the time I send it back, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to bring it to work, and I'm just going to like...
Tell you what, happy hour and dollar well drinks, $12 equals getting screwed up.
Tell them. Just say, look, the fan really blows.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Oh, that's the what's up. Your fan blows.
That's a good one.
There you go, Dre. What's up?
So, my daughter got a bead stuck up her nose
What?
this week. Yeah. So she had like this little, I guess it's like this little necklace thing with that you put beads on, and you could do different designs and stuff. Well, she decided that she was going to stick it up her nose, and it got stuck up there.
Oh my God!
boy.
So she's only 3.
Is she okay?
For those of you that are wondering, she's okay. She's fine. We had to go to the doctor, and the doctor had to remove it, which was not a pleasant thing for a 3-year-old to go through.
Wow!
But she learned an interesting and very strong lesson from this whole thing, and that's we don't put things in our nose. So
can I give that a goofy name or no?
You can, yeah, sure.
Up your nose with a beaded hose.
There you go.
Sacred Owl.
Well, I had something very spiritual happen to me this week.
Is this the freaking nudie bar again?
No.
Oh, okay.
But when I do have nude experiences, it is very spiritual for me.
God.
And arousing.
It's just, you just got to stay off the front lawn when you do it.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. If I don't have any neighbors that are nosy, they don't get affected by that.
For those of you wondering, Sacred Owl is no longer allowed in Starbucks. So, what was your spiritual encounter?
When I got out of my car, I went up the stairs, and a white albino skunk kind of walked up to me.
How did you know it was a skunk?
Because I looked at it, you could tell the
Did it have a black stripe on it?
It was in your stairs?
Yeah, actually, I'm in the town, so it's really the streets are like city streets.
Okay.
So I was kind of surprised to see a skunk like on the sidewalk.
Wow.
And so he walked up to me, and I was like, what do you want? But I'm watching it to make sure it doesn't turn on me.
I'm not laughing at you. I swear.
It answer?
Usually, you don't.
I want you to
talk to us. I'm not laughing.
Oh yeah, but you know me. I talk to anything. I talk to everything. So I like.
Hey there, buddy. What do you want?
Yeah, what do you want? Exactly.
So he's like, hey, you got a cigar?
So it just kind of looked at me, and I had a bag of fries that I picked up from some fast food restaurant. And it just kept looking up. And so I pulled the fry out, and it took the fry and left.
Okay.
So it was just kind of telling me I'm hungry.
You don't want to get sprayed by a skunk.
No,
I actually had that happen to me once.
Did you really? I know, but I know how to pay attention to it, because if it turns around and stomps its feet, I'm out. I'm totally out. So I get that.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I know, I interrupted.
This is not like a lengthy segment.
What?
We good?
I guess it's not a perfect day.
All right,
go ahead.
Your what's up is where's the burger, buddy?
Yeah, exactly.
I was just going to say that I can never smell tomato juice ever again without thinking of getting sprayed by a skunk.
That'll do it. My what's up is I had a very boring week. I have nothing. There you go.
No skunks?
No skunks, no police pullovers, no nothing, man. It was busy. I just had a busy week.
You did rescue a turtle, though, you said.
Oh, yeah, but that's not a...
Well, that's exciting.
Saving wildlife. I do that all the time. I would have a different animal what's up every week.
Was he looking for French fries?
No, man. He was a freaking turtle. This huge turtle was in the middle of the freaking road, man. Right. He was walking across, trying to get us across as fast as he can. It was a busy road. I pulled my van into the middle of the road, threw all the freaking lights on, stopped traffic until I got him across the road.
Did you talk to him the way Sacred Owl talks to?
No, but he was looking for the skunk.
So there you go.
That's what's up. Coming up, Tom Brokejaw's got the headlines next on the Electric Radio Show.
Have you recently had something lodged in your body and you're afraid to seek medical care? Well, now there's an alternative solution. At AnnuCare, we understand people's curious nature, and that's why our trained staff of physicians specialize in the removal of foreign objects. Don't go to a private hospital. Your x-rays will be enlarged and faxed all over the country for the amusement of others. At AnnuCare, your x-rays are stored in a sealed vault and are only brought out at Christmas parties. In a way, you could say your butt belongs to us. And at AnnuCare, you only have to pay if the object is successfully removed, giving you our personal guarantee to charge you out the ass. Call today for an appointment. AnnuCare is where your butt belongs.
Just when you thought they've gone too far, they're just getting started. Jack Hammer, Andre Kane, Sacred Owl, and D-Light.
It's the Electric Radio Show. It's time to take a look at the headlines. With all the news, it is the news. Wouldn't be the news without him. Here's the news guy from the newsroom, Tom Brokejaw.
This is Tom Brokejaw with an Electric Radio Show news brief. Former CIA Director John Brennan says President Trump's meeting with Vladimir Putin was, quote, treason. Then he popped the collar on his trench coat, pulled down his fedora, and disappeared into the fog. During an interview on Fox News, Chris Wallace asked Vladimir Putin why so many of his enemies have ended up dead. And this just in, Chris Wallace has been found dead. FBI Director Christopher Wray says the Kremlin hasn't stopped trying to undermine American democracy. Not to mention the two rogue KGB agents who keep trying to undermine Moose and Squirrel. Someone stole plutonium from a government vehicle in Texas. Police are on the lookout for anyone trying to power up their flux capacitor. The World Health Organization now considers compulsive sexual behavior to be a mental disorder. The only known cure? Thinking about Lena Dunham. KFC is now involved in a war of words with Papa John's. The winner? Any pharmaceutical company that manufactures diabetes medication. The Dark Knight came out 10 years ago. Christian Bale remains my favorite Batman, followed by Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, your toddler on Halloween, and Ben Affleck. The most expensive Chinese movie ever made completely bombed at the box office. The most shocking part of the story, the movie doesn't star Johnny Depp. And finally, Kate Upton and Justin Verlander are expecting their first child. Verlander's excitement will quickly fade when he realizes that in about 9 months, he'll have to share those puppies. This is with an Electric Radio Show news brief.
Oh, coming up, a perfect day on the Electric Radio Show.
Say, that sounds like a nasty allergy.
I can't stop sneezing.
You could be allergic to cat hair.
Cat hair?
Maybe it's time you shaved your pussy.
What?
Here at the Hairless Kitty Clinic, we specialize in hair removal for cats. With just one phone call, our specialists will begin shaving your pussy immediately, getting rid of all that allergic cat hair and dandruff that can cause sneezing and watery eyes. Okay, Muffin, you're all set to go. You know, cat hair removal is only part of our service. Let's say you're having discipline problems with your pet chimpanzee. Now you can enroll him in our all-new Primate Obedience School, where every day we'll happily spank your monkey. Good girl, Bubbles. Let's stay off the couch next time, okay? The Hairless Kitty Clinic and Primate Obedience School. Call today.
You already know what it is.
I'm telling you. You're listening to the Electric Radio Show.
On air and turn it up online. Watch it, Pam.
TheElectricRadioshow.com. Come join the party.
Feel the power.
It's the Electric Radio Show. Perfect day. What is the perfect day, Andre?
Perfect day. So believe it or not, the average person says that they have 15 perfect days every year. So, what is a perfect day exactly? A new study asked 2,000 people to break down their idea of a perfect day, and they came up with this formula. So, I have the elements to a perfect day.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
So, let's see. The elements are, number 1, waking up at 8:15 a.m.
What?
My day's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine is out too.
Number 2, the temperature is 74 degrees, and you get to spend 3 hours outside.
Okay.
Okay?
I spend outside all day.
Number 3, you see 2 friends, and you spend 3 hours socializing with those friends.
All right, so there's 6 hours of the
You're gonna keep
typical
track?
day.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm keeping.
Okay. Number 4, you spend 4 hours with your family.
Oh, no, screw that.
10 hours. Are we talking a 24-hour day here?
Yes.
All right, you're up to 10 hours.
Number 5, you also spend 1 hour exercising. What? 2 hours reading. 3 hours watching TV. You doing the math?
16.
3 hours listening to music.
19.
and 4 hours of relaxation.
Where the hell do these people sleep?
That's 23.
Okay, so you're at 23. And then it says...
Unless my math got kerfuffled
It may have, because it says here that you spend a total of 2 hours eating.
All right, so that's 25 hours in a day.
But
And
wait,
then it
is your
says-
eating done at the same time as you're with your family?
It could be. So maybe that's what it is. And then it says that you're in bed by 10:50 p.m.
No
Which
way.
doesn't make sense because...
Can I see that, please?
If you're in bed by 10:50 p.m., you still have an hour and 10 minutes.
I'm getting past the wake-up time and the degrees. You see two friends spend 3 hours. Is this like Common Core math here that I'm...
It very well could be.
Wow.
3 hours.
Wow, Common
4,
Core math.
7. You spend...
Unless you have two friends at the same time.
3 hours outside.
You do a 2-on-1.
7.
But now if you're in bed by 10:50...
9, 10.
And you wake up at 8:15...
That's just weird.
16, 20, 22. Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, my math was off. Yeah, I was right. It says if you add it up, it comes out to 25 hours of stuff.
There you go.
My education is solid.
There you go.
You didn't let me finish the story.
And I got a great usement for the English language and stuff.
So it comes out to 25 hours of stuff. So there's some overlapping, obviously.
Big time.
Obviously.
There's an overlap or two.
I think you've got 12 hours worth of overlap in there.
But regardless, that's what they're saying is the perfect day.
That's just stupid.
Who is that from?
Well,
who's the source on
I'm
that?
not sure the source, but it does say that 2,000 people were asked
from the Hinky Math Foundation.
So this is all averages.
I go to bed at like 2 a.m. I get up at like
2 a.m.
Oh yeah, on my perfect day. Yeah, I go to bed at 2 a.m. I get up at 11. It's like 85 degrees out, sunny. No, it doesn't have to be sunny. It could be cloudy.
You know what you are?
What?
A senior citizen.
No, a senior citizen gets up at 2 a.m. and they go to bed at...
Let me tell you something, sweetie. When I'm over that age, I'm over that hump, I'm going to bed at like 2, 3 in the morning. I'll get up
Yes, but most senior citizens eat dinner at like 4 in the afternoon and they go to bed at 8 o'clock at night.
That's true. My parents were kind of like that.
Yeah.
In a later
Now that I think about it, I'm kind of like that.
Yeah.
I'm in bed very early.
I eat at 4 and I'm done at 4:30. I'm in bed.
Yeah.
I'm a night owl.
I can't wait for bed.
Yeah, I'm a night owl also.
I'm my most
You're a sacred
creative
Yes.
at nighttime.
That's right.
I do all my writing and stuff at nighttime.
I used to think of some of our best stuff for the radio, driving to the radio station. Remember, I would come in. I would say to Andre, dude, I got something.
You also came up with really good ideas at the bar. I don't know if there's anything that
and us driving around.
not from the bar, but
no, we would Andre and I would hijack. We would steal the radio station vehicle and just drive around.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing with the radio station truck? Oh, we're going to drive the pattern.
Yeah.
Remember that? We're going to drive the pattern. We want to see how far his signal goes.
That was a big pattern.
We would laugh hysterically.
Yep.
The whole time.
It's
man.
true.
That's the perfect day.
It's true.
Right there.
Writing bits.
Coming up, we're going to get ready to fire off the Reclamators with their tune Let's Boogie Together, coming up in the Underground Spotlight on the Electric Radio Show.
How high's the water, mama? 5 feet high and rising. Aren't you like a hurricane? When the levee breaks, have no place to stay.
When we had something planned, it would rain.
I'm gonna go buy some jelly beans at a magical candy store on a cloud.
Caught in the rain. We get really loaded. We go up on the roof, change the storm windows.
It would explain what's driving this extreme weather.
I blame the French and their crazy sex water.
We all know you're about as deep as a puddle.
Summer is here.
But we are celebrating the first day of summer.
The Speedo is completely acceptable.
It is summertime, and it's time to barbecue and grill.
Thank you so much for inviting us to your barbecue.
What do you guys want to do? We have the whole summer to play.
So you'll probably be dancing till 6 in the morning?
Summer's here in the town track for dancing in the street.
Pole dancing gives children a good cardio workout.
I just want to lie on the beach and eat hot dogs.
Your mother always told you to wear sunscreen.
You got a spray-on tan?
Summer's here in the town track for dancing in the street.
is going to be one of the best summers we've ever had.
You are going to put on your dancing shoes later on.
Now, before we do this, let's go over the ground rules. Rule number 1, no touching of the hair or face.
Wait a minute here. They're just using the same actor over and over. What kind of a cut-rate production is this?
From the radio station that's entirely staffed by future stars of the next Celebrity Rehab, here's the show that's harder to get rid of than a Lindsay Lohan scram bracelet. The show that's had more spills than BP. If you're counting coffee cups and mixer boards.
And that's it. Now let's do this.
Yeah, it's the Electric Radio. Let's do this.
All right.
Coming up in a little bit in the Hollywood Hot Wire. Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
I lost my place.
All right.
Oh, there it is.
Very good.
Where the hell is your Hollywood Hot Wire bet?
He's got it over
Coming
here.
up in the Hollywood Hot Wire. Hold on here.
I don't know where the hell it is. Normally, see this, folks? That's a cheat sheet. We call that a cheat sheet, and Andre usually gives me...
I think I may have left it off your cheat sheet.
I think, well, Andre's got some really cool stuff about Tinseltown coming up in the Hollywood Hot Wire.
I do. Actually, I have... we're going to talk about William Shatner. One of your favorite actors there, Jack, right?
Is that the Twitter feud?
I don't know.
Oh.
We're going to find out.
We're going to find out. Also, I got a story called Amazon is Swinging. Now, we already know that D-Light about buys everything. Oh, you buy used clothing? I heard that.
I don't buy used clothing.
No? Okay. All right.
I do love Amazon, but I don't buy used clothing.
Sacred Al, you buy a lot of stuff from Amazon?
Not at all.
Try.
I don't, but I really want to. I really want to get on the bandwagon with
D-Light,
Amazon.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
What is the craziest thing you bought off Amazon?
Oh, God.
Aside from that goofy
That fan.
I don't know. Why didn't you ask me this so I could have prepared my answer?
5 seconds. Music's running out.
I don't know.
We got something crazy coming up from Amazon on the Electric Radio Show.
The Electric Radio Show.
Yeah, it gets me in the zone. It kind of tunes everything else out for me.
The hottest radio show on the planet.
If you're missing your arms and legs and you're a frequent flyer, don't settle for just any airline. Come to Limbless Airlines. At Limbless Airlines, you have a choice. We can plop you in your seat or check you right along with your baggage. Smaller limbless people will find luxurious accommodations in our deluxe overhead storage bins. Even airport security is designed to fit your special needs with a comfortable conveyor belt ride through an exciting x-ray machine. And when it comes time to land, our courteous staff will personally return your peanut trough to its locked and upright position. And in case your loved ones aren't waiting for you upon arrival, we'll happily place you on the baggage carousel until help arrives. Don't hassle with regular airlines. You'll spend thousands on lawsuits and attorneys, only to find you don't have a leg to stand on. Limbless Airlines, where all our passengers are considered carry-on.
It's the Electric Radio Show. Time to turn the spotlight loose. The spotlight of the underground for one featured artist this week. It's the Electric Radio Show Underground Spotlight, which you can find, as always, at theelectricradioshow.com. If you're a musician, band, doesn't matter. You want to get some love for your project? It's got to be radio friendly. Song, no cursing. We're not going to edit your song. We're not going to buy your song. You're going to send it to us. Just like the Reclamators did. They've got a great tune. Check this out. Let me pot this down. Ah, yeah. This tune is called Let's Boogie Together on the Electric Radio Show.
First time for me, first time for you. This time I found out just what to do. Maybe stop beating on your door. Say you won't hold out longer anymore. Let's boogie Let me know, baby, everything's alright. Let me in and show the way. All I wanna do is rock you night and day. Let's boogie together. Let's boogie on down. Like birds of a feather, go flying around. Got to know what you know about. Let's boogie together. Let's boogie on down. Let's boogie together. Let's boogie on down. Let's boogie together. Let's boogie on down.
And how about them apples?
All right.
How you like?
All right. Pretty good.
Once again, the name of the band is called The Reclamators. That tune is Let's Boogie Together. If you want to be just like the Reclamators, all you got to do is simply go to your computer, your phone, your tablet, however you're going to go to theelectricradioshow.com. Click on the banner for the Underground Spotlight. Give us all the deets. Get us a copy of the project. And who knows, you might be the next one in the Underground Spotlight. Man, we've got a crazy product from Amazon. I don't know if it's actually going to happen, but I got all the details coming up on the Electric Radio Show.
Well, the show that rocks. Well, we play the hits. Won't you come join us daily? Wake you at sunrise. Your eyes still are shine. You make your morning bright. Our morning show kicks butt. This tragedy, why are you not ready? If all of insanity, why are you not dirty?
We do the Harlem Shake.
Pump the volume, you feel the bass. Turn me on and let me do my thing. We in the house and we here to stay. Get up! I really wanna love somebody. I really wanna dance. Let's try to play the song now. Do the best song ever. So wake me up, baby. Let's do this right now.
It's the Electric Radio Show. TheElectricRadioShow.com.
It's the Electric Radio Show from the San Jose Mercury News. Is there anything, I mean, really, is there anything that Amadon. How y'all doing? I'm doing fine. All right, let's try this out again. Is there anything, say no edits, folks. We just leave the mistakes in.
It is what
it's
it is.
comic relief. It's real stuff. Is there anything that Amazon doesn't want to dominate? Now, check it out. They own retail. All at delight. I mean, they really do. They run the servers for millions of websites and apps. They bought Whole Foods to take over the world of food. And their latest move? They didn't want to be exclusive. They want to be, man, I'm screwing this up. They want to be exclusive providers of robotic dwarf tossing.
What?
I bet you didn't see that coming, did you?
No.
Amazon was just granted a new patent for a robotic arm that throws things into boxes. And a bunch of the example drawings they used, they showed a robot flinging a dwarf across the room into a box. But the Little People of America organization is not happy about it. They said, quote, anytime that tossing and dwarf are put together, it's a real concern for us. It really opens up the possibility of mocking and dehumanizing little people. Now, Amazon says they're taking it out of context. They say they just use a dwarf figurine as an example of a product that the robot arm could throw into a box. And they pointed out that their patent also mentions the robot throwing a rubber ducky and a mug. But those are mentioned 3 times total, okay? The dwarf is mentioned 17 times.
Now, I have a lot of questions.
Do you?
My first question that comes to mind is, in the drawing, is there a helmet on the dwarf?
Funny you should ask.
Okay.
I don't know if you could... you really can't see it from this picture. I'm going to have to get D-Light a picture.
Why do I always have to look this stuff up on my phone?
No, I'm going to get... Man, you really aren't paying attention. I said I'm going to have to get D-Light a picture. It actually shows... I don't know if it's necessarily a dwarf. It kind of looks like a little person.
Is it a little doll or something?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't...
But if there's a... So it's not a real person?
No, it's not. If you could really look at this small drawing right here, it's the arm, and then... and in the box it goes.
Let me see.
Oh, God in heaven. There you go.
I want to see.
All right, you go look at the dwarf tossing. So I don't know if Amazon...
So nobody's getting hurt.
No.
They're not really
it's not
tossing people.
No.
It's just a picture of a...
It's a really terrible picture.
I don't see why.
It's a horrible picture. But I like the arc, though. You see they have the arc versus the straight throw.
I do see that. Now, how can you determine the size of the person that's being tossed?
I don't know.
By that stupid little drawing?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to have to get D-Light the full-size picture.
What
and
they
she can
should
post it up
do
on Facebook.
is use that robotic arm when people are dissatisfied with stuff that they bought off Amazon.
Throw
Like this
it in the garbage
like
can.
This stupid little fan.
There you go. All right,
Not a
Andre's
bad
got
idea.
all the news from Tinseltown coming up next on the Electric Radio Show.
From the creators of Where's Waldo comes an even more challenging game of skill and knowledge. It seems the Taurus family has lost their son, Clint, and it's your job to help them find him. Built 'em Badly presents the game that has everyone screaming, "Where's Clint Taurus?" Never more than a half-inch away, Clint Taurus is one slippery rascal to find. Sometimes he's hiding in a little boat. Sometimes he's right under your nose. Find him and you've scored big. If not, it's a night of shame and frustration like you've never seen. Where's Clint Taurus also comes in Braille for the visually impaired. So now you can search for Clint Taurus using only your fingers. Just open the decorative box and let the fun begin. Where's Clint Taurus? Snatch one up today.
This house is hot, my feet are cold, my ass is growing wider and I'm looking old. Her temper's flaring, she's full of stress, and it looks a lot to me like she's got PMS. Ooh, bitchy woman, better run for your life. Ooh, bitchy woman, she got the monthly bill last night. She hates my mother and the way I chew. She don't like what I'm wearing, I'm an asshole too. One look at her and I can tell she's gonna drag me down into the depths of hell. Ooh, bitchy woman, better run for your life. Woman, she got the monthly bill last night.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for.
It's the Electric Radio Show.
To have a radio station everyone loves.
I love them a lot.
It's the Electric Radio Show.
It's the Electric Radio Show. Let's see what's going on in Hollywood. It's the Hollywood Hot Wire with Dre.
All right, so taking a look around the internet at what's trending in Hollywood. So we all heard by now Demi Lovato had an apparent heroin overdose.
Yeah.
She is awake and responsive. So the paramedics found Demi unconscious when they arrived at her home. And law enforcement sources, they're saying that Demi was treated with Narcan and an emergency treatment for narcotic overdoses at her home. So that's all been confirmed. And, you know, she's awake. She's...
Let's just say at the taping of this broadcast, Demi Lovato was okay.
Right. That's true. So anyway.
We wish her well.
We do. We wish her all the best. So celebrities often hear fans say, your work saved my life. But at Comic-Con, Jamie Lee Curtis heard it from a guy who meant it literally. It was during a panel for the new Halloween movie, which marks 40 years since Jamie Lee starred in the original as Laurie, and 20 years since she returned to the franchise on Halloween H2O. The guy told her a story of how he was once in a situation where a man entered his house with a knife, and he says, quote, "The thought came to my mind, what would Jamie Lee Curtis do?" So what did he do? He grabbed some knitting needles, just like Jamie does in the movie. Wow. But he didn't stab the guy like Jamie does in the movie. He was able to run outside and scream for help.
With knitting needles in his hand.
With knitting needles, just like Jamie does in the movie. She runs out and she screams.
Not sure I would have shared that story.
So he teared up as he told her, and he says, quote, "I'm here today because of you. I'm a victor instead of a victim because of you. You're the only reason why I came to Comic-Con this year." So Jamie handled it very nicely. She came down off the stage and she gave him a hug.
It's you.
It's you. So, if you haven't caught the I Love the 90s tour, did you guys hear about this? The I Love the 90s tour?
I have heard of it, yes.
Yeah, I heard of it too.
It's been going on over the past couple years, and it's leaving the road to set up a residency at the Paris Casino in Las Vegas. Like the tour, the show's headliners will be a revolving door of 90s stars, beginning with Salt and Pepper.
Nice.
Rob Bass. Remember Rob Bass?
It Takes Two. Takes Two.
Yep. All For One, who will be featured the first month.
Really?
Yep. And other acts like Kid and Play, Mark McGrath of Sugar Ray, and Drew Hill are expected to join in. So the show kicks off October 12th. In Las Vegas. It's kind of cool idea.
I would if I was out in Vegas, I'd probably catch that show.
It's a cool idea. I think I would too. So we talked about William Shatner. Some stars, they sign autographs, whatever, whenever, you know, in public. But William Shatner is not one of them. And the other day, someone on Twitter called him rude for not signing in public. So he put them in their place. He said he does Comic-Con and other conventions to meet with fans because otherwise it gets out of hand. Quote, "If I'm out and about with family or waiting for a plane and I do it for one, then instantly there's a line that forms and there's about 50 of them. So if I say no to one or two, it's the same. I'm a jerk, so to save time, the answer is no." He says, "Anytime I'm out in public, I'm doing something. I value my personal time above all else." He also says, "I sign autographs constantly for charities and other organizations. I'm just not going to take an autograph or photo request in public because one leads to 50, which leads to hundreds, which I don't have time for." Okay. Cool. I mean, Jack has the same problem. Jack, how do you handle that when you're...
I keep going up to people going, "Do you want my autograph? Do you want my autograph?" And it leads from 50 to 100, and then finally call the cops.
Yeah, instead of people taking, like, pictures... Jack will walk up to just random people and take a selfie.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, "Don't you know who I am?"
Right. So anyway, so to anyone who hasn't gotten the memo yet, be very careful about what you say online because nothing is ever completely erased on the internet, and it could come back to haunt you later in life, big time, kind of like it did for James Gunn. We all heard about James Gunn and what happened. He just learned that lesson about it coming back to haunt you. Over last weekend, Disney fired him for the upcoming third movie when some controversial tweets resurfaced. They're mostly from 2008 and 2009, and most notable ones are dark, unfunny jokes involving deeply inappropriate topics, like some topics that are inappropriate. I'm not going to say them now.
No.
But he made other comments about the 9/11 attack and just some really bad things. Basically, he was trolling to rile people up, and now that he's a famous Disney employee, there's a zero tolerance policy for that kind of nonsense. And most of the stuff, again, I'm not going to repeat it here, but let's just say that Disney sacked him almost immediately.
Yeah.
Saying, quote, the offensive attitudes and statements discovered on James's Twitter feed are indefensible and inconsistent with our values. So James has apologized since and said that the tweets were stupid. He also says, quote, when I started my career, I viewed myself as a provocateur, making movies and telling jokes that were outrageous and taboo. So we'll keep our eye on that story. We'll see what happens.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's pretty damn bad.
It definitely is.
And I know why Disney distanced himself from him immediately.
Sure. Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah, like again, we're not going to talk about it here,
No,
but it's
just look up James Gunn. You'll find all the
pretty
deets.
bad. So for more, head to theelectricradioshow.com and be sure to follow us on Instagram at The Electric Radio Show.
Two quick things of point that I would like to bring up. One, Jamie Lee Curtis is stoking hot. She's still pretty lady. I love like Jamie Lee Curtis in True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
That is the personification of the word hot. And also, not that he gives a rat's rear end what I say, but I met William Shatner. I sat down and in a green room area and spoke with him. He was a delightful person, and he does get bombarded. The guy gets bombarded. He can't go anywhere
I'm
without
sure
somebody.
he does.
Like, I sat there with him and spoke with him for almost 30 minutes, and I didn't even ask if I could take a selfie with him.
Yeah.
Just out of respect.
That is.
So for people getting down on William Shatner right now, give the man a break. He's in his 80s. He's been doing this since the 60s. Guy's getting tired.
Yeah, especially with his whole hotels, his hotel.
Yeah, he doesn't
gig
even
there
do
he's
that
doing.
anymore. He doesn't do that. He doesn't do anything anymore. Right, William? There you go. Coming up shortly, Sacred Owl, the Zodiac Maniac, is here to give you all your metaphysic that you need to move properly throughout your work week. And don't drink the mummy juice. We'll find out what that is coming up on the Electric Radio Show.
From the makers of Girls Gone Wild comes an even more outrageous, more revealing, and sexier video than ever. Yes, it's Walmart door greeters gone wild.
Woo, it's party time! Soon as I take my back bill, these pants are coming off, girls! Woo! Watch out for the colostomy bag!
And you won't want to miss convenience store owners gone wild.
Whoop, whoop! I am sporting a tremendous wood here. Thank you for looking at my genitalia, and please come again.
This commercial will repeat itself for the next several hours.
It's the Electric Radio Show on demand. Always available right here on your phone, iPad, computer, or iPod. Tell your friends they just got to download it. Do it now. It's the Electric Radio Show podcast. It's funny as hell. The Electric Radio Show.
The summer, the summer.
Try to visit the camp where you may be sending your children.
Keep their kids busy during the summer months.
You did a lot of things last summer.
Would you do it last summer again?
Just a few weeks before the summer solstice.
Sell books during the summer.
I'm staying indoors this summer, all right?
Summer sales program.
Busy summer driving season.
The way people go camping is changing. It's about that summer.
It's good you came in summer.
Are you having a good summer so far?
Hey, everybody pees in the pool.
Time for summer reading. There's nothing I love more than plopping down on the beach with a good page turner.
I got a little bit of sun, I relaxed, I read a lot.
Summer also means men wearing open-toed shoes.
The bikini thing is neither here nor there.
You are not wearing that to Buckle and Shari's pool party.
The following radio show would never stuff an elf into a snowblower unless he really had it coming.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
Can somebody tell me what kind of a world we live in? Where a man dressed up as a bat gets all of my press. This town needs an enema. Never rub another man's rhubarb. You snotty little bastard. You can't handle the truth. Wait till they get a load of me.
And the Electric Radio Show.
All right. Singly, hands down, like one of my favorite actors of all time, Jack Nicholson.
He's awesome.
I mean, there's another guy that really doesn't give a rat's ass what I say about him.
That's true.
But it's nothing but love for Jack Nicholson, for sure, man. Coming up in just a minute, I got a list, depending upon what your geographical location is what city stresses people out the most.
Really?
Yeah, I'll hit 10 from the most stressed and 10 from the nicest. Most calm places to be. Coming up, geography on the Electric Radio Show.
Good morning. Another hot, steamy way to start the day again today. The air is very thick and it's going to be very warm as well. Almost sauna-like today when temperatures approach 90 degrees.
Sitting in the morning sun, my back is peeling and my legs are well done. My blistered lips are both starting to swell. Feels like I've entered the gates of hell. My cheap sunblock won't protect me from the rays. Got melanoma on my face. My cheap sunblock won't protect me from the rays. I singe my behind. Look like my flesh is gonna flay. My epidermis peeled itself away. I can't move my shoes that won't turn to glue. Why won't this heat just dissipate?
Let me see what you can do.
You're listening to the Electric Radio Show.
On air. And that's just how we do it.
Online. TheElectricRadioShow.com.
Feel the power.
It's the Electric Radio Show from Wallet Hub. All right, if you're not stressed out, then you're not paying attention. All right? A new study ranked the 182 biggest cities in the country for the most stressed, and then it goes all the way to the least stressed.
Okay.
All right? So to cut this down, I'm going to kind of give you the top 10 from each. Now, what the bases are, they use 37 different factors, including, for obviously stress levels, unemployment, commute times, average income, bankruptcy and foreclosure rates, divorce rates, child care costs, mental health, and binge drinking and smoking rates. So when you kind of factor that in, you get this little lunatic soup going on.
Okay.
All right. The most stressed out cities from 10 to 1, St. Louis, Gulfport, Mississippi.
Wow.
Milwaukee, Wilmington, Delaware, Baltimore, Toledo, Ohio, Birmingham, Alabama, Cleveland, Newark, New Jersey.
Really?
And guess the most stressed out city?
New York City.
Atlanta.
No. Yeah. Huh? What are you talking about?
Los Angeles.
What are you talking about?
Los Angeles. Los Angeles.
No, it would be Detroit. Would be the number one most stressed out city.
I could see that
in America.
So it's based on poverty, actually, because all those cities are low poverty, high poverty cities.
Yeah, it could be. Divorce rates, child care costs,
unemployment.
The least stressed out cities. Top 10 to 1, Lincoln, Nebraska, Madison, Wisconsin, San Jose, California. Was he from Lincoln? Was he? No, he was from Omaha.
Omaha, that's it.
Irvine, California, Scottsdale, Arizona, Burlington, South Burlington, Vermont, Overland Park, Kansas, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, big ERS affiliate country out there, Bismarck, North Dakota, and you guys are never going to get this. The least stressed city in America is Fremont, California.
Really?
Yeah. There you go.
Wow.
So from 10 to 1, if you guys live in any of those areas, I can't see. Newark made it. I don't know how Manhattan.
Exactly.
Or any of the 5 boroughs did not. I mean, folks, if you guys are out in middle America, and we got affiliates in Ohio, we're everywhere.
Right, but if you live in one of the 5 boroughs, your commute actually isn't that bad. It's the people who are coming in from.
It's still stressful. My dad commuted via we have a rail, which is Metro North.
But you weren't living in the 5 boroughs at that time when he was doing that commute.
No, but I grew up in Brooklyn, and it was crazy, man. New York City is just, you know what it is? I think what raises your stress level for people visiting the city, even people that live there, it's everything moves. You're moving.
Yeah, I hate the city.
It's move.
That's why I thought Los Angeles would be up there too.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Traffic jams in LA.
Exactly.
405, man. I've talked to a lot of celebrities that you mentioned a 405 to them, and they're skin crawls. So, but there you go, folks. Stressed and no stress. Where do you live? Coming up, don't drink the mummy juice. I don't know what it is. We'll tell you, but not to drink it on the Electric Radio Show.
Out in LA County, it's serious, I feel. All our photo films may one day disappear without porn. What will we do now? Without porn. You know my favorite actress ain't up on the screen. My wife is all that I've got left. Think I'm gonna scream without porn. What will I do now? Without porn.
The Electric Radio Show, the hottest radio show on the planet.
It's the Electric Radio Show. Andre is going to emphatically, straight up, tell us why we should not drink the mummy juice.
All right, you should definitely not drink the mummy juice. And what is the mummy juice?
I really wanted to know.
You might be a little curious.
Hold on. I'm getting rid of music. What is the mummy juice?
So, the mummy juice is actually 2,000-year-old sewage.
Oh.
Now, let me explain. So, first of all, we got to let you know that drinking 2,000-year-old sewage, it's not going to give you any kind of superpowers or anything like that.
No.
Unless you consider
maybe give you like super
diarrhea or something like that a superpower. And then, you're going to have some amazing superpowers.
No superpowers.
But
meanwhile,
back to the mummy juice.
Back to the story. So an ancient tomb was just discovered at a construction site in Alexandria, Egypt last week. Did you hear about this?
No, I did not. No.
All right, well, you have now. So archaeologists cracked it open, and they found bones from 3 mummies inside, floating in a layer of red sewage water.
How did they determine it was sewage?
I don't want to ask that question.
I do.
I don't know.
Is it mummy fecal matter?
Very well could be. I don't know. I don't know how, but they determined that it was red sewage water. But now there's a petition online from people who want to drink the red sewage mummy juice.
Is it really that? Was it worth a YouTube video of you drinking?
They want to drink it.
But just let them do it.
Isn't this like survival of the fittest? Get rid of the idiots.
I don't sign a waiver and just do it.
So the person that started the petition says, quote, "We need to drink the red liquid from the cursed dark tomb
because you're an idiot
in the form of some sort of carbonated energy drink so we can assume its powers and finally die." Seems reasonable, right?
Obviously,
they wanted
from the Dill Hole of America Institute.
Yeah, but get this now, ready?
Wow.
The petition, how many signatures do you think? Maybe 2 or 3?
I'm guessing a lot.
16,000 signatures.
Are you kidding me?
On the petition from people who say they want to drink the mummy juice. 16,000 people.
You know what?
From around the world?
Around the world. They want to drink the red sewage.
I think you should have a shuttle big enough to seat 16,000 people and fire them into space.
What's wrong with these people?
Let them drink it. Let them drink it.
They want to get some sort of superpower
Idiots.
or something from the mummy.
Be people watching too many superhero movies.
Freaking idiots.
Wow. People watching The Mummy on TV.
Can you believe this? 16,000 signatures of people who want to drink the mummy juice.
Hence the term, you can't fix stupid.
Right. So our advice to you, if you're listening to this, if you're within the sound of my voice, don't drink the mummy juice.
There you go. Well said. Well said. Well said. Well said.
Thank you very much.
Don't drink the mummy juice.
Don't do it.
Doesn't give you superpowers. But somebody that does have superpowers, especially after Taco Bell, is Sacred Owl.
I've heard that.
Coming up next with the Zodiac Maniac on the Electric Radio Show.
Jack Hammer and Andre K. They're a hangnail on the middle finger of life. TheElectricRadioShow.com.
Tired of getting a sex change only to find out estrogen injections give you a nasty headache? Boy, am I. Then check out the Headache and Winky Be Gone Sex Change Clinic. At Headache and Winky Be Gone, we understand your desperate need not only to become a woman, but to do it without those annoying headaches. It's one thing to walk into work on Monday wearing a dress or explaining to the kids that they now have two mommies, but who needs the added aggravation of a headache? Boy, you said it. Quiet down, Nancy boy. Of course, you still have to deal with that freakish-looking Adam's apple, but hey, one bizarre problem at a time. The Headache and Winky Be Gone Sex Change Clinic. Get your sex changed this weekend and get a free coffee mug.
Well, I get up real early and turn on my radio. Listen to the whole crew on the Electric Radio Show. They're so funny and it's all free. They make me laugh so hard they make me have to pee.
It's the Electric Radio Show. That music can mean only one thing. It's time to take a look at the astrological, the metaphysical, the transtesticular. Sacred Owl, the Zodiac Maniac.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, we got a full moon occurs when the Leo's sun opposes the moon in Aquarius. This full moon that's going to happen this week is a time for fulfillment, which starts at the new moon, and an emotional time, a time of romance, fertilization, and relationships. So this full moon will exacerbate love.
Okay.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind as you do that. Now, the full moon is a total lunar eclipse, which happens, not relatively often. A lunar eclipse is especially potent lunatation. Gosh, I got to learn how to read my writing. In this case, a potent full moon. Lunar eclipses are relationship orientated. So any kind of crisis or any kind of situations, you could write it off in the full moon, wish it away, and it will kind of clean away all the energy that's going on.
Just by wishing it away?
Yeah, like intending it away.
Oh,
Can you wish it on?
Yeah, you can too. You can actually put a list of things that
it works both ways.
It absolutely does, because it's an energy of reflection. So with that reflection, it brings it back to you, or it sends it out.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind.
Send it out, Delight. Send it out.
I'm putting it all out there.
I see him.
Well, with lunar eclipse, with the lunar eclipse is all about polarities and relationships. So with the Leo Aquarius axis involved, this lunar eclipse presses us to look more closely at our needs, our lacks, and our wants in our lives. So take a look at your life, inventory, and write down what you want and what you don't want. And it'll be a good time to kind of pray it away, wish it away, send it away.
All right.
Keep it in that. So now also it does illuminate conflict. So if you have any kind of situation that you need to resolve, this is a great time to confront it. But remember, Mercury's still in retrograde.
Ah, terrific.
So as you're confronting it,
all right,
you have to be really clear that it is not a form of miscommunication, because then you're going to have a whole nother set of problems that you don't want to deal with.
Oh, jeez.
When the hell's Mercury out, man? When is this? Got to be ending.
I think it's August 10th.
Oh, sweet.
So we got a while still.
A couple of weeks.
Yeah,
I guess a week.
Yeah, about that. But you know what? This one hasn't been so effective because you had 6 planets in retrograde, so everything else has been kind of taking away the attention of
Speak
Mercury.
for yourself.
Yeah, tell Stop and Shop that with their little scan it wands.
Yeah.
Oh, really? They had problems.
They were
with that?
all down.
Yeah, we have a supermarket chain local to us called Stop and Shop, And they have this thing. You pull the little, looks like a phaser from Star Trek, and you scan your own stuff, put it in the bag. At the end, you bring that up, scan the phaser, you're out the door. Pay. You don't have to wait in line. Every single one of them was out because my wife went shopping too and said all
Happened
the
to me
scanning
also.
phasers
Wow,
were out.
really?
Yep, every one of them.
That must have been really
It was like
inconvenient.
2 or 3 days. It was like that.
You gotta go shopping the old-fashioned way.
Well, that definitely is Mercury in retrograde.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Now, mind you, this eclipse actually forms a square to Jack's favorite planet.
Oh.
Yes.
Really?
The sun?
No, Uranus.
Oh.
So there could be a sense of surprise, shock, and frustrations involved with our emotional discoveries. So be sure that you're clear, you have a strong urge, you know what you need, and be very, very precise in how you speak about it. Because then, if not, then this square, which is considered agitation, is going to create some problems for you on the deepest level.
Oh, dear.
Yes, so be mindful of that. All right, and so the sun is in Cancer, and it's in Cancer till by the mid of this week, and then just remember that you're protecting yourself, insulated, and that. Jeez. But then it goes into Leo, and Leo, the sun is proud, outgoing, and playful. Leo is always want to be the center of attention, so just be very mindful of that. So if you have Leo energy, or you have Leo in your chart, stuff like that will continue to happen.
Is he a Leo?
I'm sure he is. Okay. He's got to have some Leo in his chart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pisces.
You got to have some Leo in you.
Yeah, but you know,
I don't.
Yeah, yes, you do. I'm almost sure, but I'm going to do your whole chart.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll know for sure. You know, exactly.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, right.
My chart is Pisces and Taco Bell.
Which would be lunar, you know what I'm saying? So it looks like a half moon, so it's all right. It's all good. So just remember, with Leo, Leos are very generous as long as they're getting the center of attention and they're getting the information that they want. Then they're very generous, they're very happy. But I'm not saying that about all Leos, because a lot of Leos are not egocentric, like some Leos I know, and I'm not going to mention my sister's name. But you know, they tend to want to know a lot of things about themselves and want to be sure that they're in charge of every situation. So, you know, when you're dealing with a Leo, be mindful of that. So when Mercury's in Leo, it's thinking more confident and grand. And that's the good thing about Leo. Leos are very confident. And so with Leo energy, this week would be a week for those who have some Leo influence to kind of let yourself take charge of what's going on. And those who aren't Leo could take charge by using the energy of Leo and dealing with that. So, in romance and relationship, Venus is in Virgo.
Oh my God, stop. Let him finish.
Oh my goodness. Virgo, Venus in Virgo. You got me all screwed up here. If it makes
the VV.
sense, yes, the VV, Venus in Virgo. If it makes sense, you'll love it, and if it doesn't, you'll feel guilty about it. So just be very careful with relationship situations. Be very mindful not to get involved in a relationship through obligation or need to fix, because that will happen a lot this week.
All right.
Okay.
Because you have a lot of people who have very negative issues, and I'm going to fix you, and then you end up getting a relationship, and then they become you become their caretaker, and that's not a good relationship for you. It becomes one-sided. Okay?
All right.
All right, so now we got Jules from Paris, France.
Nice.
Who wrote, and she asked about Leo. So, of course, Leo's been the highlight of the week. Oh, not Leo, sorry, Libra. And that's my bad. So, Libra, you can find yourself back in situations with people from the past that involve drama in some way. The difference now is that they need to accept that something cannot be maintained, and this can lower a degree of arrogance than they may have previously displayed. Don't feel that, definitely need that for that one. Don't feel you have to be rushed. Contemplate very carefully, make clear decisions, okay? Especially with Mercury in retrograde. So those who are Libra, be very mindful, be clear about what you think about. Things will go well.
All right. Sacred Owl, the Zodiac Maniac.
Yeah.
All right, baby.
Once again, Uranus makes a present known. Coming up in a little bit, we're going to dip into the virtual I'm speaking in Morse code now. Check it out. The mailbag for a listener email coming up next on the Electric Radio Show.
Hello, baby.
Hello, hooray. Hello, America.
But he can't wake me up.
I could show you a couple of techniques I use to get these 2 months out of bed.
What's up?
I'm gonna give you a wake-up call.
What's up, y'all?
Come on, brother, wake up and smell the Pampers.
Hey, be careful, pony boy, or someday somebody's gonna wake up with your head in their bed.
Wake up!
Oh, okay, I suppose that's how they say good morning in Cuckoo Town.
God, this is so hot.
It's a combination of the heat and moisture.
I can't think of any fault in her as a hot mom.
I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
Forget about the heat. It's 105 degrees. Heat doesn't bother me at all.
This heat.
A relationship filled with heat and passion.
What is the hot gossip?
There was no food, no heat.
Bring the heat.
Gonna get pretty hot around here in a minute.
She's just hot.
Be your hot mama self.
Sit on it.
Oh, sit on it, Potsy.
Sit on it, Howard.
Sit on it, Fonzie. Hey!
Well, I'll tell you something, buckos.
Yeah.
Yowza, yowza, yowza.
He's such a hunk. Cheerleaders. Wah, wah, wah.
You know, that was my nickname in high school, the Big Easy. I was a huge slut.
I don't want to brag too much, but when I was in high school, like #1 in my class.
You have a history of juvenile arrests, I presume, drug abuse, reform school, state prisons, and all that.
Plus, you're like the only guy at school who has a mustache.
Unanimously voted student body president, class speaker, valedictorian.
In high school, I was the girl that hung out with the freaks.
You'll do as Daddy says, or we'll send you to Catholic school where you belong.
Everybody at school thinks I'm a freaking idiot because of you.
I intend to initiate a sex education course in the school.
We're going to South Dakota and Oregon and Washington and Michigan, and then we're going to Washington, D.C. to take back the White House.
You're not allowed to say, and I never expect to hear that from you again. She said he's a...
Sit down. Sit down. You haven't been called. Go back to Univision. Incredible.
Don't be stupid. Deal or no deal? We want deal. What's the difference between a wet raccoon and Donald J. Trump's hair? A wet raccoon doesn't have $7 billion in the bank. People are worried about my tone. I never expect to hear that from you again.
Have you always told the truth?
I've always tried to.
You know?
It's the Electric Radio Show.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Right. Coming up in a little bit, we're going to give you guys some love for loving us all week long on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It is our social shout-outs portion. Put straight ahead. Got actually a pretty relatable email coming up on the Electric Radio Show.
Well, the Supreme Court's deciding if the gays come out from hiding, can they service one another on their knees? There's a law that just might jail you if you got matching genitalia and you're putting things in any place you please. Feeling good ain't legal if you're tapping that caboose. Nothing should be rubbing on the chin or teeth. And if your plumbing looks the same, well, it's off to jail for you. And in your cell you'll find, ironically, in prison they have legal sodomy.
Some people went after Miley Cyrus for dissing hip-hop lyrics. That's because the rap community can be surprisingly sensitive. Check out this list of the top things that annoy rappers. Number 5, when they want to make it rain, but only have 2 5s and a 20. Number 4, people who like big butts and can lie about it. Number 3, being into club, but it's nobody's birthday. Number 2, never remembering where that apostrophe goes in the name Lil. And number 1, when suburban white kids discover a new culture to shamelessly co-opt.
Hey, this is Eric Stolhansky, better known as Rabbit from Super Troopers, and you're listening to the Electric Radio Show.
It's the Electric Radio Show. They were on the money this week.
Yes, they are.
It was a stern talking to. Mm-hmm. No, not really. This listener email this time around comes from Bert in Knoxville, Tennessee. Dear Studio ERS, my friend Jim and I have been friends since junior high. We kind of lost touch after we both went to different colleges, but we still hang out and grab a beer every now and then. I was recently trying to get rid of my 2010 Honda Civic. I had it up on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace, and it wasn't really getting any serious offers. Jim came to me and said he'd like it, and he was willing to give me what Kelley Blue Book value was in cash. I was a little hesitant because I knew it was going to need some work. I was honest with him up front and told him to have his mechanic check it out. He didn't do that, and needless to say, he gave me the cash. I sold him the car. 2 weeks later, the transmission blew up. The repair bill came to $3,000. Jim came to my house and gave me two options. Option one, I can give him back his $6,000 and the car would be mine again. Or two, I could pay half of the transmission bill. I told him I wasn't doing either. I warned him that the car was going to need some work before he bought it. Now he's threatening to take me to court. What do you think I should do? Bert in Knoxville, Tennessee. This is an automotive conundrum. Sacred L.
Well, it all depends on the handshake deal. Is it as is? Like he told him, check the car out before you take it, and he didn't. And so I think the burden of responsibility is on the guy that bought the car. But, if I was his friend, if we're good friends like that, I would pay half the transmission bill.
You give him $1,500 back.
I would.
All right, give him half the bill. Okay, let me see. What was it? Pay half the transmission bill. Okay. Dre.
I agree with Sacred Owl. I mean, if we were really good friends like that and for that long, I would do something. I would do what I could.
So would you give him half? $1,500? He gave you 6 G's for the car.
I'd give him half.
You give him 15?
I would.
Do you like?
Screw Jim.
Wow.
Well, maybe you would.
Wow.
Wow.
Even if it was a really good friend of yours, like.
Well, it doesn't sound like they're really that good friends anyway.
Well,
it sounds like they've known each other.
They've been friends since junior high.
Yeah, but
long
like
time
he's
to
like
be friends with somebody.
Yeah, well then dude shouldn't be trying to take him to court. I mean, obviously this guy Bert said to him, "Look, have your mechanic look at it. If the idiot was too stupid to take it to his mechanic, he's got nobody to blame but himself." I'm not giving him anything.
All right,
take me to court.
Screw you. My opinion is, I would say this to Bert. I don't know what the law is in Knoxville, Tennessee, but I know in New York, if you issue a bill of sale and it says as is, that's binding. That's legal, and you are not obligated,
right, legally,
to do that.
But morally, if it's a really good friend of yours,
a transmission is not something that you could take to a mechanic and he could say emphatically, unless the car is really acting up.
Exactly.
See, we don't know if it's a stick. We don't know if it's an automatic. I was a mechanic for 15 years. And before I got into this profession, both are a joke. No, seriously. If it's an automatic transmission, unless the car isn't shifting right, or it's not, or the fluid is burned or something like that, you can't really tell if the tranny's going to go. On a stick, it's a little bit more prevalent because you're actually shifting the gears by yourself, and you can almost feel it. I would say you got $6,000 for the car. It's going to cost you $1,500. It's an 8-year-old car. What would you have got for a trade-in plus, your car payment? I don't know, man. I would offer him a third, which would be $1,000. If he doesn't take that and he's emphatic about half, depends, man. Bert, do you want to fight this out in court or not? I mean, inevitably you're going to win and you won't owe him a penny, but you got legal fees you got to pay. So you got to kind of, do you want to salvage the friendship a little bit and say, look, I'll give you $1,000 towards it, whatever.
I think the friendship is pretty much done at this point. If you're threatening to bring your friend to court, I mean, come on. Screw Jim.
All right, D-Light's take is screw Jim and get rid of the friendship, and you got rid of the car. And you got $6,000 in your pocket.
He probably already spent the $6,000 on his new car.
Who knows? I don't know. He doesn't state that in the email, so it's hard to say. So, I would say give him $1,000.
Okay.
Give him nothing.
And if he's emphatic about giving him $1,500, that's up to you.
I think it's a fair deal.
What the friendship is worth.
I think it's a fair deal. Pay half. Yeah.
I mean, it depends on how much you value that friendship, I guess.
And I don't know what Bert's financial situation is. Maybe that $6,000, caught him up on mortgage payments. I have no idea. So there you go, Bert in Knoxville, Tennessee. That's our take on it. If you got an email, you want to send it off to us, studio, ERS@gmail.com, subject line listener email, or simply go to theelectricradioshow.com and click the banner for listener email. Social shout-outs coming up next on the Electric Radio
Here
Show.
at Viagra, we're concerned about our recent slump in sales. Perhaps the reason more men aren't taking our product is because they can't find a partner. That's why we're proud to announce all new Viagra and a whore. With Viagra and a whore, you'll not only enjoy great sexual stimulation, but a quality, professionally trained whore to share your experience with. Now the little blue pill comes in a great big box. Choose from crack whores, run-of-the-mill work-for-tip escort whores, or innocent strippers working their way through med school whores. And since your lengthy, soon-to-be unwanted erection is sure to last for hours, simply ask your doctor for a free whore refill. Viagra, much like the 80-year-old men we arouse, we're simply not giving up. Looking for hard-to-find viruses like anthrax and Ebola? Well, look no further than the Virus Warehouse. Yes, it's our 4th annual Spring Madness sale with all viruses up to 50% off. Herpes 1 and 2, 40% off. Lyme's disease, 30% off. And if you're looking for a great deal on Rocky Mountain Spotted Fever, have we got a deal for you? We won't be undersold. If you find a virus at a lower price, bring in the ad and we'll refund you the difference. Everything must go. Come see the largest selection of genital warts in town. Marvel at the 55-gallon drum of bubonic plague. And you won't believe our selection of chickenpox. Yes, it's the 4th annual Virus Warehouse Spring Madness sale. Get a free cold sore with every purchase.
Broadcasting live and blowing more wattage than 100,000 blow dryers combined. The Electric Radio Show. Download the show and come hang out. You know you wanna. Feel the pressure.
It's the Electric Radio Show. Time to give you guys a little love on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's social shout out. Starting with Facebook from Phoenix, Arizona, we have John Bloodworth. In New York City, we have Lauren Michelle Marsh. And from Tampa, Florida, we have Kevin Dabney. So thank you so much.
All right.
On Twitter, Gulf Breeze, Florida, checking in with Michelle Cologne Johnson. Vancouver, British Columbia, we have Mandy Lang. And from Nicaragua, we have Helena Holton.
Very cool.
Hey, Nicaragua.
Checking us out in Nicaragua?
That's awesome.
Beautiful,
That is
man.
so cool.
Love it. In Instagram land from Plattekill, New York, we have Peter Shea. West Palm Beach, checking in, Florida, Maisie's Restaurant. And in Central Florida, we have Javier Calderon. So,
All right. Hey, thank you.
way to go. Man, Florida.
Yeah.
Love Florida. It really is my second home, man. I love Florida, man. You guys are the best down there. And if you guys want to get some love on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, social media sites are found at theelectricradioshow.com. It's right there as soon as you get there. Click, like, love, share. Put us out there. We'll give you a little bit of love on the Electric Radio Show. We're going to close things up. Coming up next on the Electric Radio Show.
Hi, Tom. Hey, Steve. Hey, Sparky. Say, Tom, Sparky usually humps my leg when I come over. What'd you do to make him stop?
Well, that's just the problem, Bill. I didn't do anything. Frankly, I'm concerned.
Is your dog unable to perform sexually? Maybe it's time for all-new Pet Viagra, the medicine specially designed for impotent dogs. Just 1 pill a day an hour before you get home, and your dog will be back to his old leg-humping self in no time.
Hi, Sparky, I'm home. Whoa, easy, boy, easy. Watch the new shoes.
Pet Viagra.
Ask your veterinarian today. May cause dizziness, drowsiness, headaches, seizures, nausea, growling, and crotch sniffing.
Because it pumps me up, it makes me happier, it makes me dance, makes people laugh at me while I'm dancing when they walk in, but I do it.
If it's upbeat, it gives me energy.
We love this show.
The Electric Radio Show.
Caskets are expensive. In fact, nothing is more annoying than a friend or family member deciding to die. It's like leaving a giant restaurant and sticking you with a big fat death check. Thankfully, Costco has a solution. Why not buy your caskets in bulk? You know more bucket kickers are on the way. Why not stock up and save money? With a Costco membership, you can buy up to 18 caskets for the price of 7. Costco also offers custom tombstones in bulk. Simply write the names of friends and loved ones that appear sick right on the front. Suddenly, you can process carcasses faster than an industrial meatpacking plant. Now who's laughing? Don't let mean old Mr. Death dig his bony fingers into your bank account. Get your pre-funeral needs at Costco.
Costco caskets, 'cause people die in threes.
Well, kids, that's our show for today. And now, in the words of Mr. Cole Porter.
This concludes our broadcast day.
That's gonna do it, baby.
All right. Freshen it up a little bit. Why not?
Love that.
Give you guys a proper goodbye. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for another Electric Radio Show. You guys want to catch past episodes of the Electric Radio Show? You can simply go to theelectricradioshow.com. You can catch us on iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Spotify, Electrify, Fly in My Eye. You can check it all out, man. We're everywhere. As you can see, Nicaragua checked in with us on social shout-out. So definitely go to theelectricradioshow.com. Catch up on past episodes. You guys won't be disappointed. Thank you, as always, to our first responders, our police, fire, EMS, dispatchers. Thank you for what you do for your communities to go about their daily lives in peace and harmony and happiness and in safety. And to the greatest fighting force this world has ever known, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard. Thank you for what you do for us and others around this great planet of ours to keep everybody safe from tyranny, oppression, and terrorism. Everybody take care, be well, have a great week. Relax. We're back here in a little over 6 days with another jam-packed Electric Radio Show.
Take care. God bless.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you to all our troops. God bless America.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight